Warning, the RCWR show with Lee Sanders is intended for a mature audience only. The following is an Infinity One Productions presentation, keeping it honest, insightful, and interactive. Covering the latest in wrestling and beyond since 2011. You're listening to the RCWR show. Now, your host, live from the nation's capital in Washington, D.C., Lee Sanders.
Hey, what is going on, good kind people? Lee Sanders here of the RCWR show, covering all things wrestling, entertainment, and beyond since 2011. It is Tuesday night of April 20th, 2021. Happy 420 Day. I definitely want to make sure I say that because I know there's a decent amount of you guys that's doing that whole puff, puff, pass. But you know what? Something else really cool today, not to get too non-wrestling related. We had, you know what? I think the theme for today can be summed up perfectly by Ice Cube's Today Was a Good Day. And I think you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't need to go any further into it. That's for another show. But for now, we talking about NWA Powerrr! I'm so happy that the daggone joint was back, man, because since I've been a Fight TV subscriber so far, I've been enjoying NWA's return. So when they did the Power Surge last week, I was a little bit disappointed, man. I was like, wait a minute, man, where's my power? He's like, I like Surge, but I'm Power. Give him my power. So it's nice that Power had came back. But you know what? If you didn't see my review for the Power Surge episode, when you get done with this, go back and check it out. But I was very complimentary of Power Surge to the point I had said, you know what? This needs to be put in rotation more. And I even said if NWA could maybe put themselves in a really cool position where they could have 2 shows a week. You could do that Power Surge maybe on a Saturday or maybe on a Sunday, right? And that way fans don't have to wait too much longer for a new episode of Power. But I thought it was good. I thought it was good, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe for now in the interim, if they decided they were going to have the show be kind of one of those, no, we'll do this every 3 weeks just to kind of recap everything that's been happening during the month. Hell, it may be a case where that particular show comes back the week of a NWA pay-per-view, if you really kind of stop and think about it. Now, that's something that I did not touch upon last time. But yeah, we're streaming live for the next little bit. We're streaming on the Twitter. We've got the YouTube. We've got the Twitch. We've got Facebook. Did I mention Facebook already? But yeah, and I don't know how, but we're still streaming live on Periscope. Maybe it's actually Twitter. I don't really know, but I know that's where we're streaming right now for the next little bit. But yeah, NWA Powerrr, that's what we're talking about on this episode. There was a lot that went down during this episode, and overall, I gotta tell you, it was a fantastic episode. And I don't mean that, look, I'm not like some shows out there, and this is no knock to them. You know, I'm not being paid in any form by the NWA. I'm literally taking money out of my pocket to continue to watch the NWA product because that's how much I had messed with it. Right down to the point when they came back, I was looking for NWA merchandise. I wanted to represent. I wanted to, merchandise, get shirts, something. I go on the website and they ain't got nothing yet. I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe they got something set up with Pro Wrestling Tees. Nah, they ain't even got nothing set up with Pro Wrestling Tees. NWA, Billy Corgan, yo, Nick Aldis, what's going on with the NWA merch, man? Where can a brother get a t-shirt? I want to be representing, right? I'm sure there's a lot of fans out there that want to represent. Hook us up already, man. Take our money. We thirsty. A lot of stuff that had went down during this episode, man, and woo. Man, we got a lot to unload here, but this ain't going to be a long-winded review. I'm starting to get the groove of these, and, we should be like in and out in about 20, under 30 minutes tops. I can tell you this, I love the strong start to tonight's Powerrr. Let's begin your NWA Powerrr recap for April 20th, 2021. Nick Aldis had came to the scene, and let's set this up. Trevor Murdock, and I always forget the name of the new guy that they got doing the interviews and all that, so I have to rely on you guys to, remind me what his name is. The bald head guy, he kind of reminds me of Adam Pearce almost. But he was with Trevor Murdock to open up NWA Powerrr, and Trevor Murdock was still very salty from what all had went down last time on Powerrr, where he essentially got screwed out of his NWA title and everything, and he challenged for Chris Adonis to come out and give him a title shot. Now he revealed that he's well aware that as a result of the losing that match, he is not in a position where he can, hey, I want a rematch. It's not like how it is in WWE, where every single time you turn around, oh, you lost the championship, huh? Yeah, well, instant rematch clause. Nah, like he's screwed. That's it for him. But he challenged Chris Adonis to come out, address him like a man, and take him on straight up, mano a mano. This had prompted Nick Aldis, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, to come out and say to Trevor Murdock, wait a minute, hold up here. You want to talk about lack of respect that you're giving to me? You want to talk about how you opened the doors for Chris Adonis to come into the NWA. How dare you? It was actually me that had paved the way for Chris Adonis. All right, so you're already getting that sense of, talk about some great friction that's going on here. And I gotta tell you, watching this particular moment and just seeing the chemistry that was bouncing off of Adonis and Trevor Murdock, and like I was telling some of the people in the Discord, and shout out to those I was chatting with during the broadcast in the Discord, as I gave them a heads up I was going to be going live. I said, man, this kind of has vibes of Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Trevor Murdock, Nick Aldis, Ric Flair. And I had said in the chat, I said, just imagine if we could get to that point where Adonis faces Murdock for the NWA title. And at first it was, nah, Lee, come on, man. Like what you smoking? Like, I know it's 420, but what you smoking? But then the more some people thought about it, like, actually, Lee's actually on to something here. They actually, right storyline, like. And so it was nice to just see these two guys just go back and forth. And I love how Nick Aldis really played up the pompous jackass guy you just want to hate right now, because he comes at Trevor Murdock and says to him, look, I want to just be real with you, but I think when you really take a step back and you look at the overall picture, Adonis actually did you a favor, because really stop and think about it, someone like you really shouldn't be a champion. And you're just like, oh, no, he didn't go there. No, my man did not go there. Shout out if you were having flashbacks to Triple H, Booker T, Raw, and that infamous segment. Shout out if you remember. If you know exactly what I'm talking about, definitely hit that like button. For those of you that's like, nah, I don't. All you got to do is just type in a YouTube search, Triple H heated Booker T promo, or just Triple H Booker T promo, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, you want to talk about race relations hit an all-time high when Triple H cut that promo, man. But yeah, that was the vibes I was getting there, mixed in with the whole Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Flair for the gold, all that stuff. Awesome, hardworking man. Going after that, you get the whole gist. So Adonis proposes a really cool deal. He's got a really interesting proposition, although he's pretty vague about it. He tells Murdock, look, I'm going to do you a huge solid. we got a main event match that's supposed to be happening and everything. You know, why don't you take the night off? Because I know you actually were supposed to have the match and everything, but you just take the night off. You chill. I'm going to take your spot. I'm going to do this main event. It's going to be a non-exhibition match. And if you play your cards right, you don't interfere in any form in my match, well, I tell you what, you just may be given a really grand opportunity. So Trevor Murdock is hearing this, and he pretty much asks Aldis straight up, look, if it's a shot for that 10 pounds of gold, then you need to speak on it. You need to speak up. You need to be very clear, because right now you're being very vague. You need to tell me what's going on. Adonis pretty much tells him, no, you don't tell me what to do. I tell you and everybody else what to do. I'm the dealer. I'm the one that's pulling the strings. Like, nah, we gonna do this on my terms. So that pretty much was the end of that. I was expecting for Murdock to get attacked yet again, but it didn't go down. So I thought that was cool. I thought it was cool how they kind of just made the nice transition to get away from that. But that was a really, really good, strong opener. Damn good, strong opener. Love that. And that pretty much had set us up to be welcomed by our commentating team, Tim Storm, Velvet Sky, Joe Galley. And yeah, I know people. I know. I saw it a lot in the Discord tonight with regards to the commentating. We don't need to get into that all over again. We've pretty much been very vocal about it. I will say this. Look, there's nothing wrong with being vocal. There's nothing wrong, because at the end of the day, you all as well as me that's watching the NWA product, we want the very best for the NWA product. So when we're giving constructive criticism, when we're giving constructive feedback, we really mean well. We do. There's no malice in our hearts. So when we're saying what we're saying about the commentating work of Velvet Sky, and that, you know, it needs to improve, and I just don't see any reason why it can't improve. I just don't. Not with those talented people that are there. But I gotta tell you, just being in the Discord tonight, you know, I was trying to do my best to not focus on Velvet's work. I was trying to focus more on just if I could have had it my way, honestly, I would have had closed captioning on, honestly, because I would have just, you know, enjoyed just looking at the closed captioning and just really focusing more on the in-ring work. But of course, if there's an interview segment, turn up the volume and everything. But, you know, we were having a nice little, you know, private hangout, and, you know, people, you know, not everybody cares for closed caption. They actually want to hear the audio and all that. So had the audio going, but I mean, there was no way I could avoid it. As I was looking in the chat, there's like so many people that were complaining about her commentating work. And the one main theme that kept being brought up about her commentating work is, you know, she's so quiet. There is a lack of energy. There is a lack of enthusiasm. You know, what's going on here? You know, and she's putting me to sleep. You know, I kept seeing those main themes that was going on. And look, man, look, I've been guilty of that myself. I remember, look, I've been doing the podcasting game now. It's going to be 10 years as of November 2021. You know, that would be our 10 years of doing this. And I can tell you, those first couple of years when I was doing the podcast, I can tell you, honestly, I struggled. I struggled tremendously when it came to doing the shows. I did not have the enthusiasm going on. Give me a second. I dropped my notes here. I did not have any enthusiasm whatsoever. I did not have the energy. You know, I mean, it didn't come for me overnight. You know, what I ended up having to do, I actually had to go to friends. I had to go to family. I had to go to coworkers who I really trusted, that I knew was going to give it to me straight up, who I knew was going to, you know, give it to me right between the eyes Wasn't going to sugarcoat anything because, oh, we boys, we fam, No. They're going to give it to me right between the eyes and tell me what I need to improve upon. And they gave it to me. But again, even at that, even when I got the input, it didn't come for me overnight. Okay, all right, boom, here's what you need to work on. It didn't happen overnight. It took a lot of time. And when you've been doing something like this, multiple shows, every single week, and those weeks, they turn into months, and then you get the years, eventually you do perfect the craft. And for someone like Velvet Sky, I sincerely wish her nothing but the best. I want for her to improve. As long as she is displaying that will, that she wants to really thrive and she wants to excel in that position, and she's learning, I see no reason why. My whole thing, give her time. But man, it's off to a rough start. There's no denying it's off to a rough start, man. So we got welcomed by them. Saul Ronaldo, our first matchup of the night. It was for the NWA tag titles. Oh yeah, Saul Ronaldo, and we still don't know who his tag partner is. It kind of appears as though he was going into this bad boy without a tag partner. Remember, this is for the NWA tag titles as he faced the team of Aaron Stevens and Kratos. And, you're looking at this and you're going, okay, so pretty much this is a handicap match. All right. Okay, cool. We got ourselves a handicap match. Great. But we're wondering the whole time, what's going on with Saul Ronaldo? What's going on with his partner? What's up? But you kind of realize just a couple of minutes going into this match that Saul has no partner. He's pretty much doing this all by himself. Okay, well, this should be interesting. Remember what Aaron Stevens kept telling Saul Ronaldo over the course of the past couple of weeks. He said to him, okay, you want a shot for these tag titles. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, you go on ahead. You find yourself a tag partner, and you can have that title shot opportunity. It's no problem. You can definitely get that, right? So Saul tells them he's found a partner. They're wondering who it is. He's like, hey, I found a partner. So can we still get that match? Like, yeah, the match is yours. But as we saw tonight, Saul did not have a partner. So interesting. I was expecting this to be a squash match, but the story that they told with this one, I like it. I dug it. I love the twist that they actually put into this. Saul was actually holding his own for the most part. You kept having continued miscommunication going on between Stevens and Kratos, and we've been seeing this over the course of the past couple of weeks and everything. But let's pick it up. Twists start coming in once we got Danny Deals. Danny Deals, we kind of seen him off and on in the NWA and everything. We know he's mainly a manager and everything. He came to the scene, and at this point, you're going, oh, okay, so he's the mystery partner for Saul Ronaldo. Okay, cool. All right. Now it's evened up. Okay, cool. Well, so we think. Danny Deals is the tag partner. I mean, he's coming out there. He seemed like he was spoiling for a fight. His fists were taped up and everything. So he's just gingerly making his way. I don't know if he was really making his way into the ring. We didn't really get that opportunity to figure it out because Kratos just cold beat the living crap out of him. So you're going, oh, okay, well, so much for Danny Deals. We don't really know what's going on with him. By the way, Danny Deals, I think that is such a cool as ingenious name. I do. It's so fucking cool because, it's like, can you just imagine, like, just from a branding standpoint, all the merchandise and all that, you coming on like every single Tuesday. Hey, folks, what's going on? Danny Deals here, and I got a deal for you. DannyDeals.com, DannyDeals.com. You want prices? I've got them at great discounts. Hey, you want that new NWA Powerrr shirt? It was $24.95, but today, here, DannyDeals.com, I'm slashing that price to $9.95. I'm just picturing No, I did not have a boatload of coffee today. It's just think about it. When you hear that, DannyDeals.com, I'm just picturing this loud, rather obnoxious, kind of guy. I'm picturing a more amplified Don West. Remember Don West's deals? Oh my God. Anyway, so, Danny Deals, he gets taken out. Saul Ronaldo, he's just continuing to get the living. He's getting his ass kicked. Tim Storm is becoming increasingly frustrated with what all he's seeing. And Kratos, he is just going in kind of like Ivan Drago. He is just molding the hell out of poor Saul Ronaldo. And Tim Storm he can't stand what he's saying. Aaron Stevens is actually starting to take pity on Saul, and he's trying to have Kratos back down and everything because he doesn't like what's going on. Tim Storm jumps up on the apron and he's trying to talk to Kratos like, what the hell are you doing, man? Like stop this. Let's be done with this already. Stop. Please stop. Kratos getting in Tim Storm's face, cursing him out and everything. Aaron Stevens tries to, get back in there and everything and, try to diffuse the situation. Aaron's, Kratos, it seems like they were about to come, blow to blow there. And as all of this was going on, from what I could recall, you had some type of a weird exchange where Kratos, I'm trying to remember how this went down because somehow Aaron Stevens got taken out briefly. I can't quite remember. And that's the weird part. I remember rewinding it just so I could see it, but I was doing so much multitasking. But something happened where Stevens was taken out briefly. Maybe he got pushed on his ass or something. But in either case, Kratos was about to hit, I want to say Tim Storm. Tim Storm, he freaking counters it. Slugs Kratos. Saul Ronaldo comes up from behind with the roll up 1, 2, 3, and we got ourselves new NWA tag champions as the referee recognized Saul Ronaldo and his tag partner Tim Storm as the new NWA tag champions. So interesting dynamic right there. We really weren't sure what was going to be going on with Tim Storm. I still believe, and I know some people are probably looking at this and they're going, okay, so what exactly is going to be going on with Tim Storm going forward? Like what I still don't see a case where Tim Storm is going to be wrestling on a regular basis right now. I just don't see that happening, especially with all of the media stuff they've been putting out there on social media, hyping up the new broadcasting team and everything. I just don't see a scenario coming about where on a regular basis Tim Storm, but what I do definitely see happening, without a doubt, those tag titles are going to be defended. One thing to keep in mind too, Saul Ronaldo has gone, what's the right word I'm looking for? Because I've never used the word before, so I'm trying to think. He's never had a victory before. That's not the word I was thinking about. I was thinking about another word. But he's never had a victory before in the NWA, and this was his first ever victory. And what a way to pretty much get in. It was almost kind of like a Brooklyn Brawler moment when you stop and think about it. So he gets a dub where it counted the most. But it seems that waiting in the wings is the team of Thomas Latimer and Chris Adonis. I'll explain why in a hot little bit. Welcome to those of you checking out an all-new RCWR show. It's our Tuesday night edition for April 20th, 2021. Happy 420 Day! And all we are talking about on this episode is NWA Powerrr. I know that there are some of you guys that are used to hearing me talk about, a lot of things, wrestling related, non-wrestling related. I know that some of you guys probably have on your minds, hey, Lee, non-wrestling topic. What did you think of? Let me ask you this. Are you following me on Twitter? Are you following me on Instagram? because pretty much these days, that's where I'm mainly being pretty active as far as social media goes. You might be able to get the answer to some of those questions on those respective outlets, but I try to keep non-wrestling related topics on the Monday shows and the Wednesday shows, and for our Patreon members exclusively. So if you don't see your question being answered during this live broadcast, now you know why. But if you saw NWA Powerrr and you want to talk all things NWA Powerrr, that's what we're here for. So let's continue on. By the way, if you're enjoying yourself so far, you haven't done so already, please make sure you go out of your way. You hit the like button. Lets YouTube know you enjoyed yourself. Lets other NWA fans know, hey, I enjoyed this NWA post show. Good stuff. Hit that bell notification. That way you know about upcoming content coming your way on a regular basis. And by the way, to those of you that had checked out the Power Surge episode, thank you. I was looking at the retention, analytics, and all that, and I kind of felt, okay, this is enough to, let's see what we can do with a Power episode. So that's why you guys are getting a Power episode. So if you guys want more Power coverage, because I know right now there's a decent amount of you guys that sadly, you can't afford the subscription fee for NWA Powerrr. I know for a lot of you guys, you were able to watch it for free on YouTube, and that's not the case anymore. I'm more than happy to continue covering it for you guys. So please, can't stress enough, you're enjoying the NWA Powerrr coverage is here and you want more, keep, the likes, the engagements, leave the comments. It really helps out. Let's continue on. We had our talk segment, another one, Pope, D'Angelo, De Niro, Austin Idol, Tyrus. So now we kind of got down to the heart of the matter on what kind of beef, if any, Tyrus has with the Pope. And I loved how it started off all pleasantry. We got Tyrus, oh, Pope, my brother, oh, thank you so much for taking the time out to talk with me here. It was nice. You're like, okay, this is the Tyrus that we've been seeing since he's coming to the NWA. What's going on here? What's the real deal, yo? What's going on here? And I loved how Tyrus, Pope set it up, but Tyrus had the beautiful counter. Because Pope came in talking about tonight's episode. He came in talking about, every single time the Pope turns around, Daddy, you always right there like the Pope's shadow, and he's trying to figure out, what exactly is going on. Why is Tyrus following him, to like every single promotion and everything. And, Tyrus pretty much turns that right around and says, hey, as far as when I got into the wrestling business, you were among the first that welcomed me with open arms. You took me under your wing and you showed me the ropes. Now, Pope, you could only get to a particular level, which was all right, at that time and where I was starting off and everything. But, eventually I surpassed you. Eventually, looking at everything that, I've done in my career, I've become a bona fide star. I'm on TV every single week. I got a beautiful wife. I got a nice home. Life is good for me. I'm getting paid. All right. So he's putting himself over as Tyrus and everything. And then, he talks about how, soon after he arrives, he reaches his pinnacle. That's when he sees Pope, in his delirious mind, he sees that Pope, D'Angelo De Niro, has essentially tried to be like Mike, as they say, and that Pope is trying to be like Tyrus and being successful, being that big guy, reaching the pinnacle and all that. So Tyrus pretty much through all the, okay, let's filter through all these weeds here. Let's get through these bushes. What's the heart of the matter here? What are we going to find here when we part through all this? What Tyrus basically was laying out to Pope. You my brother. I respect you. You and me, we got a love-hate thing and all that, but end of the day, I love you, I respect you, but you got something I want that can take me to that next level, and I want it. So, what's up? We gonna do this man to man, without any shenanigans, without any BS, what's up? All right, so he basically wants a shot at Pope's TV title. And we know that Pope, he just needs a couple of more W's under his belt defending that title successfully, and he can pretty much trade that bad boy in for a shot at the 10 pounds of gold. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you like the Danny Deals impression? I don't know. Maybe we could kind of make that be a premium thing, you know? DannyDeals.com! You know, maybe we can... Have I got a deal for you? You know, maybe we can do something on a regular basis with Danny Deals. We'll see. But, yeah, Pope told him straight up. He said, dude, no, you know, you're talking about jumping the line, cutting in front of everybody else for a shot at the title. No, that's not how we do things. That's not the type of champion that I am. If you want a shot at this title, you need to do it the right way. You need to go earn it. You know, no shortcuts. You know, I did everything that I'm telling you, and that's how I got to where I got. You need to fall in line, do the same thing. Tyrus did not like hearing that, but reluctantly he went on ahead and he did the damn thing. We now go to our second match of the evening, which was the number one contender for Pope's title there. It was Tyrus in a triple threat match against Matt Cross, Son of Havoc, for those of you Lucha Underground fans. And Marche, oh God, my damn handwriting. I wrote so fast, I can't read to you his last name. Marche. I know, right? It's like, I'm not going to even try to pronounce it because it looks like I just Tyrus picking up the dub. I love the fashion in which Tyson won. He pretty much won heel-like, just pretty much picking up on the hard work that Cross and Marche were doing, you know, essentially to each other and all that. You know, that was rather smart booking the way that they did it. Continuing to further push Tyrus being that heel and everything, you know, and it just had dawned on me as far as Pope D'Angelo De Niro goes. You know, it just dawned on me when I was watching him tonight who Pope reminds me a lot of. Take a step back and think about it. Don't Pope remind you a lot of Shannon Sharp if he were to enter the world of pro wrestling? Just think about that for a minute. May Valentine was backstage with Chris Adonis, Thomas Latimer, and they pretty much were reacting to what Trevor Murdock had said earlier in the night. And, you know, Latimer, you know, as far as he was concerned, Marche Rocket. All right, thank you. I knew it was probably Rocket. I just wasn't sure because I wasn't sure if what I wrote was Rocketty or if it was Rochetty. I don't know what the hell's going on there, but yeah, I wrote so fucking fast. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Yeah, May Valentine was with Chris Adonis, Thomas Latimer. You know, and Latimer pretty much was like, you know, yeah, we hear what Trevor Murdock is saying and everything, but you know what? Chris Adonis doesn't need to explain himself. You know, he doesn't need to. Now we're done with Murdock. You know, we got bigger fish to fry. You know, we're on to more important things like the tag team titles, for example. Okay, so boom, there we go, right there. Tim Storm, Saul Ronaldo, Thomas Latimer, Chris Adonis, and we're talking about tag titles. Okay. I'm down with that. If that's the next chapter, if that's the next story arc in NWA, there, okay, let's go there. I'm down with that. Do I make a prediction as far as new tag team champions? Yeah, I'm going to say definitely new tag team champions. I definitely at this point. Now, look, some people could say, nah, Saul Ronaldo just got his first dub. Why not continue on and somehow have these string of victories, you know, accumulate? I kind of like that idea. I do. But, man, strictly business. I'm kind of liking the fact that we now got Chris Adonis and you got the buzz out there in the air that we could be looking at some additional folks coming into the stable and all that. I don't know, man. I just kind of feel like we about to see things really explode in a good way with strictly business. I dare say I can almost see a sweep of titles there. Let's keep rocking and rolling. Next matchup of the evening, Camille taking on Genocide. Good matchup. Good matchup. I mean, two big, strong, behemoth women. You know, a nice, good looking Amazonian, you know, taking on, you know, this other, goddamn, you's a Amazonian as well. Like what the hell? I mean, this was good. Now, and look, not for nothing, Genocide had some serious height when you stop and think about it, because she was a little bit taller than Camille. I mean, you realize Camille's pretty tall, and then you just look at, you know, her whole athletic build and all that. I mean, she looked like she can go in there and whoop somebody's ass. No disrespect to Genocide. Genocide also looks like she can go in there and kick somebody's ass too, man. But man, I love the clash of these styles. I really wasn't sure what to expect. You know, I thought maybe I was going to be seeing something a little bit slow paced, you know, really, really slow paced, you know, mainly because of Genocide. I'll admit to you guys, I didn't really know nothing about Genocide. I was looking up some stuff online as I was watching this match while trying to focus more on watching the match and everything. And for me, this was actually one of my favorite matches of the entire night for this week. I thought it was pretty damn good. Camille, it took her not one spear. It took her 2 spears to put Genocide down, pick up the 1, 2, 3. Afterwards, Melina came out, and Melina came out taking off her heels, much like the infamous episode of Martin, where Martin had went to his old elementary school and he bumped into his old teacher that he had a major crush on, Miss Trinidad. Y'all remember that episode of Martin with Miss Trinidad, and Miss Trinidad was trying to put the knock in the boots there to Martin, and then remember that? He went back to his house, and then when Gina comes in, Miss Trinidad's like, Gina! And then once again, when Martin tries to confront Miss Trinidad, you know, why you set me up like that? You know, why you do me like that in front of my girl Gina? You know, we didn't do anything, Miss Trinidad. How you gonna do me like that? Remember that? And then Gina came in there and said something like, nah, I'm gonna whoop your ass or something like that. And she started taking her little shoes off, busts out the Vaseline and all that. I'm just looking at Melina. I'm like, all right, only thing missing from Melina is her busting out the freaking jar of Vaseline and, you know, in the gym bag and all that. Melina gets in there. It's like, now here's my whole thing. If you gonna take your shoes off and all that shit, fucking throw down. Fucking throw down. But Melina did not throw down, and you're like, oh, no, you turning your back too much on Camille. That's going to cost you. That's going to cost you. And yeah, it cost her. Turn around, wham! Laid out, hit by a spear. That's it for her. Then we got Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa comes out there, and she's talking hot trash and everything. Now, look at Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa played that smart. Thunder Rosa said, hey, man, I don't appreciate what you did to my homie there, but I'm smart enough not to get in the ring. Not just yet. Not with you. Nah. But I got a receipt for you. You saw how Thunder Rosa did that, right? So you just kind of keep that in the back of your mind, because you still can't help but wonder, okay, is Melina truly, you know, trying to be a good sport here and everything, or she got a ulterior motive? Well, what's going on there with Melina? Well, seriously, what's really up here? Can't help but wonder. Prediction? Well, I definitely don't see a scenario where Melina would be incorporated in Strictly Business. For those of you that may be wondering, I don't see that. You know, nah. I think that slot for another woman in Strictly Business, I think that's already filled. Mrs. Aldis will soon be arriving, right? But I kind of feel as though Melina is just playing at this point a deadly psychological game. I just kind of feel like there's gonna be a turn in the back with that knife. It's coming. It's coming. Main event match. Jordan Clearwater. Every time I hear that name. Born on the bayou. Born on the bayou. Born on the bayou. Creedence Clearwater Revival, for those of you that don't know your music. Yeah, I'm showing my age. It happens. Anyway, main event. I ain't that old. Let me just stress that. I ain't that old. Main event. Jordan Clearwater. This was the non-exhibition match as he took on Nick Aldis. I don't even think we got the bell to ring. I'm like trying to think about it hard here because I remember seeing Chris Adonis and Thomas Latimer come flying from behind the curtains. They're just rolling out on the floor, and you're going, what the hell? And Trevor Murdock apparently was the one that was doing all that ruckus. And they're brawling for a little bit. But eventually Thomas Latimer and Thomas Latimer and Chris Adonis, they get the upper hand on Trevor Murdock, and they're just laying his ass out. Clearwater disappeared. So, like, I can't even recall if Nick Aldis, I apologize. If Nick Aldis, the Adonis, Aldis, woof, I can't recall if Nick Aldis even briefly was physical there with Jordan Clearwater. Because if he was, it was so brief. Because then you saw all the carnage come about outside the ring and everything. But I do remember eventually Adonis and Latimer, they did get Murdock in the ring, and there was just a 3-on-1 beatdown. I mean, they laid his ass out, and Powerrr pretty much went off like that. You know, so you saw that finish, and you're just like, all right, things are cooking up with regards to Strictly Business, especially with Adonis now into the mix and everything. You know, one thing that you can't help but wonder is, okay, well, considering what Nick Aldis had said on Power Surge last week about the status of Adonis, you can't help but wonder if, okay, well, if he keeps stepping up to the plate the way he's been doing right now, and things ultimately culminate in Adonis Latimer becoming NWA Tag Champions, well, that may be further, you know, validate Adonis. Hey, look at what he's been doing so far as somewhat of a honorary member of Strictly Business. Surely this is enough to maybe... Now, granted, remember what Adonis said. You know, it doesn't matter about the titles. You know, it's the consistency. Well, Adonis is continuing to be pretty consistent right now since coming to NWA. But you just can't help but wonder if that argument can be further validated, and the argument of, nah, let's make him a full-fledged member. You can't help but wonder if maybe getting those tag titles would probably, right? You can't help but wonder that. You can't help but also wonder if, as a result of what had went down with that beatdown, if maybe we will see Trevor Murdock, Jordan Clearwater team up. You know, but who's their third man? You know, who's their third man going to be in all of this? Because you got to somehow balance out the odds there. Do you maybe tap into... I'm just thinking about everybody that we got on the roster right now. Look, it's safe to say... I was getting ready to call him Damian Sandow, but Aaron Stevens, Kratos, they got their own thing going on. That's going to be a heated one-on-one rivalry that's about to go down. So we can pretty much forget about that. Pope, Tyrus, I mean, they're pretty much locked up right now. So, I mean, that's a no-go. We got the whole Tim Storm, Saul Ronaldo. I mean, that's pretty much right. Now, but then again, I could see something come about where Jordan Clearwater, Trevor Murdock, I could see something come about where an olive branch is extended to Tim Storm. Hey, you know, you feuded with Nick Aldis. You know the ins and outs. You know, what's up? Would you be willing to help us out? I could see something like that happen. Now, whether or not that would actually happen on an episode of Powerrr in the coming weeks, that remains to be seen. Whether or not something like that would happen at an NWA pay-per-view, that kind of remains to be seen, but kind of something to have going on in the back of your mind there. I almost forgot there was one other thing of interest that had came about. May Valentine had interviewed, I believe it was Boogie Slice she had interviewed, and he's getting a little bit sick and tired of the trash talking that's going on with, bear with me a second here, and I may actually need you guys' help. Jax. It was actually with Jax. Yeah, Slice Boogie. He's getting a little bit sick and tired of the trash talking that Jax continues to give. Slice Boogie thought everything was settled some weeks back at Back for the Attack, but apparently not. So he's calling him out. He wants to fight his ass anytime, any place. So, you know, a lot of the guys that we've been seeing so far since NWA has been back, you know, they're already booked in their respect. It seems like the only free guy we kind of got going around right now is Tim Storm. If you're thinking about, okay, maybe Tim Storm, Trevor Murdock, Jordan Clearwater, Adonis, Aldis, man, A&A, and Latimer. You know, just kind of get your gears in motion right there. But a good episode of NWA Powerrr that they did for this week. Damn good episode. All right, so on that note, I want to know what you guys had thought about NWA Powerrr for this week. So sound off, let me know. But a fantastic episode that they did, relatively strong, I personally felt. As far as programming notes go, what we got coming up this Wednesday, we got a new RCWR show. That's going to be coming on as soon as AEW Dynamite goes off the air, so tune in for that. That's going to be great. We'll be on at 10 p.m. Eastern. We'll be streaming live on multiple platforms. We'll cover the latest, and not just Dynamite Fallout, NXT Fallout, wrestling news, non-wrestling related news as well. Those of you looking for Monday's RCWR show, the audio for on demand and the downloads, I'm actually in the process of editing it right now. It should be uploaded within the next hour. Thank you guys for your patience. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for now. You can get at me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Use the keywords, the RCWR show. One more time, you enjoyed yourself here on this very episode. Please, as you're getting ready to make your exit, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button. Click on the subscribe and hit that bell notification. You know, you do all that. You're letting other people know you enjoy the NWA coverage and all that. Helps other people, you know, flock, check it out as well and everything. And hitting that bell, you're making sure you don't miss out on content when we go live. Make sure you hit on that bell. Make sure you hit all notifications. That way you don't miss nothing. I promise we won't spam you out like some people do on their channels. You know, we post when it's most important to let you know about content. So you can sleep good at night knowing you ain't gonna bling, 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 bling. We got your hookup. All right, that's gonna do it until Wednesday night for your new RCWR show. Wishing all y'all to be safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another. I will see you next go round. Adios.